Dragon Age Inquisition was rated M for mature by the ESRB and contains blood, intense violence, nudity, sexual content, and strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone, my name is Amaronith and I play games for the internet, and today we're back to playing Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm down here instead of, starting Jaws of Hakkon because I wanted to show you this little guy. This is the Golden Nug. This will synchronize your collectibles across all the games. Like, literally, all of your saves. Synchronize collectibles. This will synchronize your collectibles across games by downloading collectibles that you previously uploaded and uploading newly acquired ones. Would you like to synchronize them now? Sure. Now that I've done that, this little guy is going to show up in my other save files. And I'll put in some B-roll of him being there. In the save file that I have where I'm a Canary Mage. Actually, I showed him off once back in episode 1. That mage is my a remake essentially of Katari, who I've talked about before. I'm sure I've talked about him before, probably running around the Storm Coast. In the meantime, I don't have to go. I already unlocked it. In the meantime, and notice we can't use Cassandra because she's divine. We can't use Solus because he left. What an interesting tarot card. Let's grab Bull, Varric, and Dorian. Cole. Dorian. No, we need Varric. Dang it.
Good to see you again, Inquisitor. Allow me to introduce Professor Bram Kenric. He's the reason we're out here.
A pleasure to meet you, Your Worship.
Professor Kenric teaches at the University of Orlais.
I came on an exchange program from Starkhaven. While in Val Royeaux, I've found something incredible. After 800 years, we may be able to determine the final resting place of the last Inquisitor.
I studied Inquisitor Ameridan.
The texts say that Inquisitor Ameridan was a dragon hunter who vanished on his last expedition.
Yes, precisely. I see you've read Lautrec's Precursors to the Chantry. Inquisitor Ameridan stepped down shortly before the Navaran Accord brought the Seekers of Truth into the Chantry. He hunted demons, dragons, and dangerous apostates in a time before Templars even existed.
I'm all for history if it means tracking down the equipment of a famous demon hunter.
This is a good cause.
If the last Inquisitor has been missing for 800 years, it's only fitting that today's Inquisition helped find him.
Your scouts have gathered artifacts from the area. They may help us discover what Inquisitor Ameridan was doing.
I have news as well. We've encountered hostile Avvar to the north. They call themselves the Jaws of Hakkon. There's also an Avvar hold to the east. Unlike the Jaws of Hakkon, they've been friendly so far.
The Jaws of Hakkon.
They're hostile Avvar who attack any Inquisition agents or researchers who get close. We've sent soldiers for defense, but the Hakkonites are cunning, merciless, and know the basin better than we do. I'm afraid our men will not be able to hold out long.
I just wanted to chat.
I thought we couldn't catch up.
Of course.
How's your family?
I hear you have family in Ferelden.
Yes, my mother and father. I insisted they move to Denerim once I signed up with the Inquisition. Ambassador Montillier tells me I should invite them to Skyhold. She thinks they'd be proud of me. But after Haven, I just can't, you know? It's not that I don't trust you or our soldiers, it's just... I just want them to be safe. And if that means they don't get to see things firsthand, that's okay. My mother likes writing letters anyway.
I'm glad you're still with us.
We defeated Corypheus. I thought you'd have returned to your old life.
After everything I've seen, I don't think I could ever go back to my old life. Could you? I can't just pretend. I can't just pretend I'm the same person. I got a letter from my mother. She was happy the breach was sealed. She had no idea what we went through. And I don't have the heart to tell her.
Where'd you learn to fight?
They say you grew up in a village. Where did you learn how to fight? Draw a bow, all that?
Here and there. You pick things up as a little dwarf girl in a village filled with piggish Ferelden boys. I'm no artist with a blade. I just know what hurts, and what takes them down quick. Bruised a shin or two in my day, and a few, you know, other things. And archery? There was a traveling hunter who set me up with my first bow, taught me the basics. After that, I practiced on my own. On squirrels, mostly. Oh, and Heinrich from next door, but only with padded arrows.
Tell me about the basin.
How do you like the Frostback Basin?
It's lovely, isn't it? At least until you step in a pile of bogfisher poo.
Bogfisher.
Stuff's vile. It makes great fuel for starting fires, though, if you can tolerate the smell.
Haha, cow pies.
I might suggest that to the commander. It could be great for sieges.
Good idea.
That's a brilliant idea. I'll endorse it.
Wonderful. I'll write it up as soon as I get back to Skyhold.
Thoughts on the Avvar?
What do you think about the Avvar?
When I was a little girl, a lady in our village used to tell me Avvar tales. Being able to see their lives up close, it's nothing like I thought. They're very tall, aren't they? I was considering a proposal for Commander Cullen. Avvar allies with dwarven archers astride their shoulders.
Oh, I like the way she thinks. We should keep her around. For mayhem.
Yes, mayhem.
Continue if you must.
All right. Get it out of your system.
Mayhem! It's funny how a word loses its meaning when you say it enough times.
What do you think of Kenric?
Have you spoken to Kenric much?
A bit. He's quite nice, isn't he? And clever. Really loves his books. I said hello one day while he had his nose buried in a giant tome. His shriek was a winner. I can't stop doing it now. It's too funny.
We'll talk later.
We'll continue this another time.
Be careful out there.
What is it about the dwarven models that their feet always sink into the ground? Anyway. We still have these that I haven't finished yet, but... okay. So... basically everything... for your, average camp has. Lead the charge. Have our allies. Lead the charge. And there's rifts here. Of course there's rifts here. Right. Where's... Okay. So this is also the research camp. A baffled note. A note affixed to a book entitled Sir Lothair Vernay Dret's Victory and Dominion. Lady Harding, I could use the opinion of an expert. Though impressive, the victory outlined on the marked page could not have been achieved as stated, Bram Kenric. Sure it could, if you had enough apples, Harding.
No, that refers to a
A neatly penned note. Professor Bram Kenric, the requested supplies have been sent to your current location from the university, including additional ink, books on Ameridan, and 3 Divine Age buckles for purposes of comparison. And yes, upon your return you may say I told you so, in regards to my saying your collection was useless. Everything should arrive shortly after you. Of course, roads still aren't what they were. Also, I fed that fish, but I'm not Sorry. Also, I fed that fish, but I am not talking to it for you. Professor Cheval Laurent, University of Orlais. At least someone's taking care of the fish. That's always good. Property of Colette. The pages of neatly written, painstakingly detailed notes fill a well-worn journal. The notes break midway through for a list. Expedition to Frostback Basin preparations. Reread Finding Ameridan, complete. Review notes on appropriate excavation methods, complete. Practice categorization of minute material artifacts, complete. Read book on Frostback Basin, complete. Practice camping, complete. Note, bring a pillow. Reread An Anatomy of Various Terrible Beasts, complete. Learn to fence, cannot find willing instructor. Ask brothers for fencing defense lessons, bad idea. Read book on survival and defense, complete. Bring towels, packed. A few idle swirls follow, along with a tiny sketch of an elf defending a stack of papers from various terrible beasts. The caption reads, Fieldwork. That was darling. Okay. And before I talk to you, read. Inquisitor Ameridan. Okay, too long. And read. Questions of accuracy. Okay. Cadets unlocked. Hi.
Scout Harding has an impressive team. Her people brought back a number of artifacts.
No. You call her Lady Harding. Harding is a good scout.
If you need something tracked, Scout Harding is your woman.
If only it were that easy. After 800 years, we can't just look for tracks. Barring enchantment, cloth and leather will have long since rotted away. Only metal and stone remain recognizable. Complicating this are recent pieces the Avvar left behind, and of course ancient pieces dating back to Tevinter. Fortunately, thanks to some period-specific buckling, I've been able to track our last Inquisitor.
Period-specific buckling?
You lost me at buckling.
You'd think that a buckle was a buckle, but ever since people started belting on weapons, they've been adding bits. One piece here has a dragon engraving. With the alloys of the metals used, it's clearly Tevinter, while this one uses a clasp that wasn't invented until the dawn of the Orlesian Empire. And when it comes to historical research, you might say we have to buckle down.
Okay. But see, that's actually really fascinating. I love that shit. Can never study it though. What's this about Tevinter?
You said there were pieces dating back to Tevinter?
Yes, while it's rare to see Tevinter ruins so far south, the Imperium once had an outpost of some sort here. They might have built it as a ritual site. I'm not sure what military value it could have. In any event, it's muddled up the research slightly, but I've accounted for it.
Tell me what you found.
What do you have, Professor?
Everything so far points to the shore not far to the south. There was some sort of battle near the shoreline. They were in a hurry. The scouts reported an island near an Avvar fishing camp, but the Avvar won't say much about it.
There was a battle?
What makes you think the last Inquisitor was fighting?
There's a clasp here common to armorlings. It's clearly torn. That only happens from a heavy shearing blow, like large claws or an axe. Then there's the dagger. Silverite, with a stylized dragon pommel and an inscription reading Cordylis. That dagger had to be a gift from Cordylis Draco, first Emperor of Orlais. No one would just lose such a thing.
I mean, he wasn't the first Emperor of Orlais at the time, was he? I mean, I wouldn't ever want to lose a gift from my best friend. Especially if it was a sick-looking dagger with a dragon on it. Anyway, tell me of the fishing camp.
What can you tell me about the Avvar fishing camp?
Not much. It's the friendly Avvar, not these Jaws of Hakkon barbarians. According to the scouts, they wouldn't say much about the area. Likely a local superstition.
I'll investigate the island.
I'll find a way to that island and see if there's anything useful there.
Excellent. I'll continue to study what's been found. With luck, we'll both find some answers. Also, one of my research assistants, Colette, was investigating an old structure to the north. I'm not certain it's related to our investigation, but it couldn't hurt to check with her.
Cool. So, we now have a shit ton of things we can do. We have to get to the island. We have to find Colette. Talk to the friendly Avvar. And beat the ass of the not-so-friendly Avvar. Oh, there's so many camps? Oh, more stuff to read. A letter to Harling. My darling Lace, I hope this letter finds you healthy and happy. Last week I managed to barter for maps of Ferelden and Orlais from Hugin. The old soldier who rents the place owned Mistress Johan's farm. You remember him, don't you? Quiet man, always smoking a pipe in his chair on the porch. He wasn't using the maps anymore, so I gave him some of my jam and patched his coat in exchange for them. Now, whenever you tell me of your travels, I'll be able to track where you've been. I'm astounded, my darling, when I look at the weave of dotted trails I've already marked on my maps. Oh, the places your feet have touched. How far you've gone, my little Lace. I am so, so proud of you. When I was your age, I'd only ever gone as far as Lothering. My mother never left Redcliffe. She lived and died there. Now, here you are, flying so far with so much purpose. My mind can barely comprehend it, but my heart swells. I shan't take up too much of your time. I know how busy you are. I am looking at the frostbacks on the map as I write this. Because I know you will likely be at your Skyhold. Please make sure to dress warmly. I have included the recipe for your favorite turnip goat stew. A taste of home to stave off the cold on the mountain. To stave off the cold mountain airs. Kisses and hugs from me and your father. Mother. That just reminds me very strongly of when my grandmother calls me on the phone. Or at least when she was younger. She's since not been able to get quite the vibrato on it, but when she would call me on the phone, or even just to leave a message, like on my voicemail, it's always, "Hi, Cookie, it's Grandma." But again, as she's gotten older, she hasn't quite been able to get that sing-song vibrato to it. But, you know, my grandma still calls me Cookie. And is the reason I call other people Cookie. Oh, there's some arbor blessing here. Nice.
Hey, Varric, I was reading your stuff. Where do your bad guys come from?
Well, some of them come from Tevinter, and some are Ben Hazrath spies. But I like the stories where the villain was the man beside you the whole time. The best villains don't see themselves as evil. They're fighting for a good cause, willing to get their hands dirty.
All right, that's really deep and all, but I meant where do the bad guys come from, literally? The way you write it, it's like they just fall from the sky and land on top of the hero.
I like to leave some things to the reader's imagination.
Oh boy. So, we all saw that scene. Yes, we know. Really? God. Never mind. Where is it? Really? Did Dorian, like, scare you out here? But, yeah, we all saw the ending. The post-credit scene, correct? I have a bad feeling about that. And paired with that, oh, Varric. Okay. So, where do we go? You know what, this is closer. Let's try to find a way to that island. You're a Tusket. You're a Tusket. So, my reasoning also for phone shush for putting for playing the Jog of Hakkon. Yes, it's all about the Avvar exercise regimen. For playing the Jaws of Hakkon now is that Trespasser takes place 2 years after the 2 years after the end of the main game. And so in my heart canon, in my head canon, it's kind of like, oh, this is what we were doing for those 2 years. Exploring the Frostback Basin and trying to find the remains of Inquisitor Ameridan, or whatever it was we're doing. If not the remains, then something else. Where's the fourth one? Wahaha. There we go. So there's 12 shards here as well. Huh. Also, why are there these things here? That doesn't make any sense. The Minotauri didn't make it out here, did they? I also love how it's like kind of permanently sunset here all the time. Give. Thank you. Freezing. Giants? Why did it have to be giants? Why couldn't it have been something nicer? Oh, hey, it's a bogfisher. Did I? Oh. Codex unlocked, Bogfisher. Tale of Hringnar, Ice Troll. Stay unseen from Ice Troll Hringnar, I'm sorry if I'm saying it bad. Glacier strength and giant form, none but fools will fight the winter. Battle bond the icy storm, dead to dreams as dwarves below us. Wrath of frost and winter's death. Blades are blunted, battle broke on hides whose chill can frost the breath. Hringar ice troll, winter's seizing. And no, that guy. We can probably take him. Probably because if we don't, he'll fuck us up later.
Someone help!
know what? I can get the stuff back later. I was meaning to use this in the fight against Corypheus, and then I just beat his ass. Thank you, Dorian. Die already. Thank you. Jeez. Anyway, where were we? Ah, yes. The Pit of Despair.
So what's your estimation, Varric? Think we can win?
You aren't asking me to give odds on our beloved Inquisitor's success.
What would that look like? 3-1?
In his favor?
After Corypheus pulled an archdemon out of his arse, are you joking?
I mean, I want in on that, because I technically already won.
See? Here's a chance to prove your confidence, Varric.
Brave man. We'll talk later.
I already won, guys.
2 very boring minutes later.
Okay. Wait, really? Oh. Leave it alone. Come on, guys. Come on.
How do fish even get into the mountains? Can they climb?
Something, 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 rivers and spawning? Come on.
Take that, you filth!
But also, it's like, why you have to be really careful about overfishing in a spot. Whoops. Okay. But yeah, you gotta be really careful about overfishing in a spot because, like, yeah, then you don't have fish anymore. And then the area gets totally hecked up. How did you just get injured? How are you getting injured? Did you get poisoned? Is it just from proximity of my awesome? Do I hurt people because I'm so great? That'd be fucked up.
What is this? Are the fishes of Stone Bear Hole too rude to share a meal with friends?
Can the Jaws...
The Inquisitor! Let his blood
Whoops.
bathe the death to the Lowlanders!
You know...
The Jaws of Hakkon don't like us much. What'd we do this time?
Perhaps the friendlier Avvar in the village Harding mentioned can shed some light.
Hello?
You are the lowlander they call Inquisitor. I am Arvid Rolfson. Well fought. The fish will feed on fool's heart wine this night. I know not what brings you here, but we have no quarrel, you and I.
How long have you been here?
How long have you lived in the basin?
Stone Bear Hole's been here a few generations. I was born further north, but we left before I could remember. It was a good life, until the Jaws of Hakkon arrived. They brought trouble with them. People are expecting a raid.
You don't agree?
They seem bigger fools than that, for all their boasting. I cannot say what they plan, but it bodes ill.
Pardon me as I get a blanket around my shoulders because I'm freezing. May I borrow a boat?
I find myself in need of a boat. I need to reach that island.
The Lady's Rest.
What?
That island belongs to the Lady of the Skies. The spirits want us to leave it be.
Of course they do.
It's important that I go there.
I don't wish to disturb your lady, but it's important.
If I give you the boat, and you anger the spirits and die, other lowlanders may come for blood. That is trouble for my hold, and not my trouble to take. Go to
Fair.
Stone Bear Hole and speak with my Thane, Svara Sunhair. Get her blessing, and you may sail to Korth's rocky heart, if you wish.
Okay. Sure. May I? Right. The game doesn't seem to, like, care if you go places and steal things from people. Okay, so we need to go talk to the friendly Avvar anyway. Alright. But also, now that we know that, but also now that we know that the Hakkonites are, well, we're here. Let's go find Colette. We're here. Let's deal with that rift. Region 2. 4. 4? Oh, I guess I wasn't paying that much attention. Hi. Oh, right. I need to get my ass to... I need to get my ass to a camp. No. Whew. Wait, did... No.
Kill the Inquisitor! Next to his hole! Back on glory!
Can I get... Honestly, what the fuck? Let's get to the camp first. Nope. Come on. No. Leave it. Thank you.
Care to play another game of cards when we get back to Skyhold Barren?
Not if it's with your crazy Tevinter rules.
Now, nobody ever died from those. Lately.
Okay. Weird how there's no requisitions here. Is it because the main game's over? Quick nap. There we go. Right. Find Colette. Ignore the Gurguts. So... like... maybe here. And slowly down.
Good place to get ambushed. Watch your back. At least it's not too dry.
Oh, okay.
Over there. She's not fighting those off alone.
Where is she? You're okay, hang on.
Still standing. That's... oh.
Hey.
Inquisitor. Still finding it difficult to breathe, but I'm not strewn across the landscape, so thank you. I'm Colette, Professor Kenric's research assistant. I was hoping to conduct a survey of a Tevinter ruin in the hills. I may not have chosen the best route.
You study with Kenric?
You're Kenric's research assistant, so that makes you a student at the University of Orlais?
It does? Why?
Forget I asked.
It was only a question.
I'm sorry. That's usually asked with skepticism. The university accepts those worthy of admission, though elven students are few.
Do you like it?
How do you find it there?
It's not easy, but this is what I want. And I like working for Professor Kenric. Elven research students, where publications concerned, their work's often deemed not substantial enough for formal credit. But Kenric cares about people who want to learn. If our research finds an audience, I know my name will be included.
Tell me about the ruin.
What were you hoping to find in the ruin?
The Tevinter's time here was brief, but their architecture endured, offering shelter, forming landmarks. Ancient Avvar would have encountered these structures, which certainly predate Inquisitor Ameridan. Evaluating the ruins could offer insight into the region's history, once I can get set up.
You're still going there?
I've read everything we have on Ameridan, and studied up on new excavation techniques. I won't waste this opportunity. If you've a map, I can show you my destination, if you'd be interested in the findings.
Yes.
Stay safe.
I will.
Okay. So she wants to go there. Okay. Well, first things first. Blood-stained shrine. We took steps to avoid the Hakkonites and stayed out of their way for the most part. It would have gone uneventfully had Price's inexperience not caused him to leave visible prints in the dirt. The Jaws of Hakkon use them to track us, and even Falker cannot throw them off the trail. Persistent bastards. We ended up hiding amidst the moldy corpses and sun-bleached bones that littered the ground around a strange shrine. It was carved of stone and capped with what looked to be a dragon skull. Thankfully, when Hakkonites traced us to the shrine, the sight of it made them stop short. They whispered amongst themselves, and their leader seemed to make a small bow of obeisance. Obeisance? Obeisance. I'll look it up before Codex entries. To the skull, then they abandoned the chase. We still don't know what it was about that shrine that made the Hakkonites balk. Perhaps we don't want to know. From reports sent to Scout Harding. Hoofa. Right. Let's get about as far as we can go to help Colette. Maybe if we're very lucky. Thunderous. If we're very lucky, we can find it. Oh, there's another rift. Okay. Yeah. Are you the third? Okay. So here's a road. That's nice. Really? You guys are like a bad penny. No one else dropped anything. Alright. Okay. Here's the earth. It's round. I think I've been quoting that wrong this whole time. I think it's something like, so we have this earth here. It's round.
Okay, so here's the earth. Chilling. Damn, that is a sweet earth, you might say. Round.
But, yeah. Eastern Riverbank. Let's go help Colette. Do 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 do. Let's go help Colette. She's just a poor TA. Actually, I don't know if she's a TA, but discovered cliffside path. Yep. Work those thighs, Revas. Come on. What? What do you mean? Okay. Whew. I'm not pulling anything until I find her. Unless I have to pull things? Why not?
Didn't work.
Oh. Okay. I'm not sure how we know it didn't work, but I trust you. Oh, come on. Eastern. Am I going the right way? Maybe I have to come in from the back? Okay. Ah. Friggin' A. Oh, hey Dorian.
So what's your estimation, Varric? Think we can win?
You had this conversation this
odds on our beloved Inquisitor's success.
Had this
What
conversation.
Would that look like? 3 to 1.
In his favor?
After Corypheus pulled an archdemon out of his arse, are you joking?
One in on that.
I'll take those odds.
See? Here's a chance to prove your confidence, Varric.
Brave man. We'll talk later.
I'll have to find that spot later, because clearly nothing... I'm not finding anything here. It's about that time. I'm gonna go here. And... yeah. Whoop. Ow. Up? Up, maybe? No. know. Definitely up. In the treetop? We're gonna make camp in a tree? I mean, it's pretty cool. Do 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 do. Yep. In a fucking tree. But I'm gonna call it here. And I will see you in the next one when we explore more of the Frostback Basin. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, be safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!